Very good morning, students. Welcome back to the next lecture of science of class 9th. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss about the other parts of the cells. And in previous lecture, we had discussed about the cell and its function. So, in this lecture, we will discuss about the most important part of our cell, that is nucleus. So this nucleus is an important part of cell. How it is important? Let us see. See, this nucleus is called the headquarter of the cell because it directs and controls all the cellular activities. Okay, so now this nucleus can be well observed in two types of cells. Depending on nucleus, the cells are divided into two types. In eukaryotic cells, a well-defined nucleus is present, means well-defined nuclear membrane is present, while in prokaryotic cell, a well-defined nucleus is absent or not present. Now, what is this nucleus? So it has a double layered covering called nuclear membrane. So I would like to show you this through the help of see this nucleus. It is having a double membrane. There is an inner membrane and there is outer membrane. So this inner membrane and outer membrane, they are made from the two layer. So we can say it as a double layer membrane. Okay, so it has some parts like the pores, nuclear pores through which the materials is allowed to pass in or pass out. Then it has some special parts like chromatin. We will discuss it later on. So this double layered covering called nuclear membrane, and nuclear membrane has pores which regulates the movement of materials in and out of the nucleus. As we did, this is called the pore, nuclear pore. So this nuclear pore provides or regulates the materials inside or outside the nucleus. Okay. Now inside the nuclear membrane, it contains nucleus, chromosomes and chromatin material. So inside this nuclear membrane, this is the nuclear membrane, the whole you can see, this is nothing but nuclear membrane. As we had seen that it is of two layer, outer and inner. So this double membrane, all these is called as a nuclear membrane. Okay, so inside this nuclear membrane, we can find a lot of parts, like we can find the importantly that is nucleolus, right? Then after that chromatin material, then nucleoplasm, then nuclear envelope is the outer, this part. So these parts are present inside the nuclear membrane. It contains nucleus, chromosomes and chromatin materials. So what is these chromatin materials actually? These chromatin material consists of DNA and protein. Means this chromatin material is made up of DNA and protein. So chromosomes are also present inside it. So chromosomes contains information for inheritance of features from one parent to the next generation. Means these chromosomes carry information, inheritance information from one parent to the next generation. Okay, now the types of cells depending on the presence of nuclear membrane can be here classified easily. So there are two types of cells depending on the presence of nucleus or nucleus or nuclear membrane. First is prokaryotic cell. It is having very minute in size. Nuclear membrane is absent in this. Single chromosomes are present. That is, you can take the example of bacteria. In similar way, eukaryotic cells, in these eukaryotic cells, large in size, it is nuclear membrane is present and well developed. More than one chromosomes are found in it. So in eukaryotic cell, we can take the example of human cells, animal cells and plant cells. Okay, so this is all about the nucleus. Now coming to the function of nucleus, here function of nucleus, we can see that the most important function of nucleus is to control the gene expression and mediate the replication of DNA. Means it does the replication of DNA. Okay, then it stores the cell's activities, right, which includes growth, because you know cells are the important part in each and everything. So each and every cell performs its own function. So this includes the growth. Okay, second, protein synthesis. Third, intermediary metabolism, means growth of metabolic activities, and cell division. So these are the important activities. So this nucleus stores all these functions. Now cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? This, you know that cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance, or you can say it is a liquid part of the cell in which all the organelles float in this cytoplasm. Because you know, if it is a cell or it is a part, so inside this nucleus is there, and inside this is nothing but a jelly-like substance. So those jelly-like substances are called as a cytoplasm. So the liquid part of the cell in which other organelles float is called cytoplasm. This cytoplasm can be divided into two categories, that is called cytosol and cell organelles. Now what is this cytosol? Cytosol is the aqueous component of the cytoplasm. Means aqueous means watery component of the cytoplasm. Now second part is cell organelles. Cell organelles means, like in our body, there are different cells present in our body and they forms the organs. In the similar way, these are the internal organs of the cell responsible for carrying out specific jobs to keep the cells alive. Like our body also performs different kinds of activities, and all those activities are not carried out by a single organs. So inside our body there are different organs, and those different organs performs their own function to keep ourselves or keep human body or keep human or any organisms live. Okay, similar way, these cell organelles are the internal organs of the cell, which is responsible for carrying out the specific jobs to keep the cells alive. Now in cell organelles, this living, it is actually the living part as we discussed here, and this it also living part of the cell having definite function. It has some definite structure functions bounded by the plasma membrane. This we can call it in cell organelles. It is the same one You can write any one. So these cell organelles are of many types, or this has been divided into different categories, but in our portion there are only 6 cell organelles, okay, in our syllabus. So here endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, mitochondria, plastids, vacuoles. Now, what is this endoplasmic reticulum? This endoplasmic reticulum is the network of membranes present in the cytoplasm, and these are present in eukaryotic cells. Now, before that we go to the details of each and every parts, let us observe some which these parts are present in the cells, what is the location, and how does this appear. So you can see through this that there are different. This is a plant cell. So these plant cell are having a outer membrane as a cell wall. So this is a cell wall. Then the inner membrane, because plant cell has also a plasma membrane, then plasma membrane. See, this is a nucleus. You can see here in, so this is nucleus. This part is called as a lysosome. Then this is a Golgi apparatus, which is parallel to each other. This is a vesicles types and parallel to each other, right? Then chloroplast. Chloroplast, you know, it is a type of plastids. Okay, so this gives the chlorophyll, means this gives a green color to the plant. So this chloroplast is there, and this is endoplasmic reticulum. You can see here, this is endoplasmic reticulum. So mitochondria, you can see that inside this is a fold-like structures. So this is mitochondria. This mitochondria is also called as the powerhouse of the cell. We will see and discuss one by one ahead. And this is the cytoplasm. See, you can see all these organelles are in this condition. So they are in floating condition, and this is some aqueous material. This is some jelly-like substance inside which all these organelles are present. Okay, without this cytoplasm, these all organelles cannot remain alive. Okay, so let's come to study one by one. So here endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membrane present in the cytoplasm, and these are present in eukaryotic cell. In just above, we had discussed about the eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells are those cells in which the nuclear membrane or nucleus is well developed or present. So this endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. It is of two types, that is ACR, we can say smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So this smooth endoplasmic reticulum is made up of tubules and helps in manufacture of fat molecules, means it is helpful in formation of fat molecules. So function of this smooth endoplasmic reticulum can be called as that it helps in manufacture of fat molecules. Lipids, ribosomes are absent. Okay, now coming to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, that is RER, I have written in short, so you can write here rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so this RER is made up of vesicles and helps in manufacture of proteins and contains ribosomes on its surface. Why it is? Before that we discussed let us see some ribosomes. Why these ribosomes, RER, is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. Sorry, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Yeah. So let us see the smooth and see. This is our figure. So we can see here that in these, this is rough means RER and this is SER. Okay. So in RER, this is the nucleus, this is endoplasmic reticulum, and here you can see that is a dot-like structures are present on its surface. Okay, so this is chromosomes. These chromosomes are present on its surface, so it is called as a, you can see here, I am underlining it. Okay, it is a yellow. In this picture it is appearing as yellow. So these are nothing but ribosomes. So due to the presence of these ribosomes on its surface, it is called as a RER, means rough endoplasmic reticulum. And in this this is just SER, so it looks like vesicles and cisterns. So you can see here these are nothing but tubules. Okay, here you can see this, it is looking like a tubules. So it is having no presence of chromosomes, so it appears totally smooth, so it is called as a SER. Now this function of ER, what is the function of endoplasmic reticulum? Let us see this. Function of endoplasmic reticulum is to transport the material between the cytoplasm and nucleus. Cytoplasm, I told you, it is a jelly-like substance. Inside this substance, inside this, all the cell organelles are present. So between the nucleus and cytoplasm. Then it provides space for biochemical activities. Okay, this endoplasmic reticulum also provides a space for the biochemical activities. Bio means living, means all these chemical activities are provided in this ER, endoplasmic reticulum. Then it also helps in most important function is that synthesis of fats, steroids and cholesterol. This is important function of ER. Then it also helps in detoxification of poisonous substance. Okay, detoxify means it removes the poisonous substance. If enters in this, it detoxify, okay, the poisonous product. Then some of the proteins and lipids also help in building cell membrane, and this process is known as membrane biogenesis. You can just take it, because if you want to do, you can do, otherwise you may not also. Then after, second part of our cell organelle is Golgi body. Okay, so this Golgi body is a system of tubules and membrane bounded or bound vesicles arranged parallel to each other in stalks called cisterns. Okay, just we had seen about this, that these are stacked together. So you can see in this that Golgi body, this is Golgi body, this is a, they are stacked together, they are, you can see here that they are parallel to each other and stacked together like in a bundle. Okay, so these are parallel to one another, so these are Golgi apparatus. So this Golgi apparatus is a system of tubules and membrane-bound vesicles arranged parallel to each other in a stacks called cisterns. They are called cisterns. Now, functions. What is the function of this Golgi apparatus? Lipids and protein synthesis. Lipids and protein synthesis is done with the help of this Golgi apparatus, or in other words, you can say that lipids and proteins are synthesized by this Golgi apparatus. In endoplasmic reticulum are packed at the Golgi complex. Lipids and proteins are synthesized in ER as packed at Golgi complex. Then transport material inside and outside the cell through the nucleus pores. Okay, nucleus pores, we had seen what is this nucleus pores. Then it helps in the formation of middle lamellae. Middle lamellae. Lamellae, it is present in leaves. Middle lamellae. Then lysosome, the third important component of this cell organelle is lysosome. This lysosome is also called as a suicide bags, and these are tiny granules containing some digestive enzymes, and these are bounded by a single membrane. These digestive enzymes are very powerful in nature. So this is all about the lysosome. Why it is called this suicide bags, we will come to know. Here, what is its function? The main function is digestion. Means they digest the foreign material which enters in the body. So they are a kind of waste disposal. They are a kind of waste disposal. Means lysosome are a kind of waste disposal. Means some waste enters inside the body, so it disposes the waste. Helps in digestion of foreign material. As I told right now, that helps in digestion of foreign material. Whatever foreign material means whatever enters in our body from outside, that is foreign material and cell material. So this is all about the lysosomes. So in this chapter, in this lecture, we have completed 3 important organelles, that is ER, then Golgi apparatus and lysosome. Okay, so if you have not understood anything, you can go to the comment section, make some comment, ask question, and I will try to explain it. Till then, you stay home safe and you keep learning. So in next lecture, we will see the 4th part of these cell organelles. That is, the 4th part of this cell organelle is mitochondria, plastids and vacuoles. Okay, thank you.